When I was at campus, I said by 25, I should be married, traditional marriage, ushala, and have a kid by 25. I said that I want to build my family and be stable in marriage. That is at by the time I was at university, when I was about to finish. So I finished university in 2021, and okay, in 2020, then I graduated in 2021 because we're under the COVID-19 effect. So my career postponed the graduation to to 2021 May, which was supposed to be in January. I then finished university, but while I was at the university, I used to work. I used to do volunteer here and there, and then I got a job. So for me, in the whole of the COVID, I was working remotely. So after graduating, then I went to full-time job. So I said by I should have a job, I should be married, I should be having children. I wanted like a stable marriage because I grew up seeing my mom and dad, so I was really seeing that kind of path for me. So that brings me to what is called delusion. So I thought then in 2022, I met the father of my child when I was 25 and conceived and I gave birth. I gave birth at the age of 25. That is one achievement I achieved, and I thought maybe I'd be stable in marriage, but that was a false a delusion that I had for me. I had designed my future, not knowing that God designs future. I had fixed a belief in me that at 25 I should have a child, at 25 I should be married, traditional marriage, at 25 I should have the job, at 25 I should do everything. So I believe that is why I want I and that's what I should achieve at the age of 25. So I kept on saying, yeah, this is what I want. So when I conceived my child, and the relationship was good until somewhere where we had issues and we couldn't hold on to each other. So I walked away out of that relationship. Now I had the dream that I want to have a stable family, a children. So I walked out pregnant of that relationship, and I kept on saying that I want to be this. This is not what I prayed for. God, I deserve better. I didn't deserve to grow up and separate in marriage, relationship. I kept on like the reality where I was living in. I felt like that is not the reality where I'm supposed to be. I kept on wanting that different reality of life. So I continued associated myself to a belief that I had and not appreciating the fact that life changes differently. Life changes drastically, and for you to hold on to that, you have to be very flexible and very adaptive. So I kept on having that delusion that this is where I want, this is who I am supposed to be. So marriage failed. I walked out of that relationship and I said I would be a single mom. I just decided, but that at the back of my mind is not what I had prayed for. I kept on wanting something different that I wanted. So that happened and things didn't work out. So the delusion I had, like I wanted a stable marriage, I wanted family, didn't work. And so how was I to adapt? Now I said, okay, this has happened. You're not married, you're now unemployed, you're pregnant. How are you going to adapt to that? So I allowed myself to transition to the reality where I am. And through that reality, I kept on saying, like, before I used to believe, like, Someone is trying to wish me bad, someone is spying on me, someone is against me, my aunt is against me, my ancestors against me. I kept on believing that the reason that's why I'm not making is because maybe there's someone in my clan cursing me. So I started saying, okay, that's not what I want. So how you can come out, how I came out of that, I accepted that I made a mistake. I had a mind that was false reality where I'm supposed to be. So I believed in myself and I said, this is how I want to be now. Am I adapting to the person I am now? I am adapting that I am now a mama and I need to look for a job. Am I adapting the fact that in whatever way I may try, am I going to raise my child alone or am I going to be back and forth with the father? So I just accepted my reality and I picked up myself. I picked up myself. I started from zero and I started saying, this is one my cause. I'm the one who caused that relationship. I'm the one who caused for being unemployed. So how best can I embrace? So I accepted it and embraced it and I allowed myself to heal, to move forward. So that delusion of wanting a perfect life at 25 turned different for me. Turned different for me. So this goes to everyone out there. Some of you feel like the reason as why you're failing is because someone has stopped you from failing. That is delusion. You're blaming someone because you've not achieved A. You're blaming someone because you've not achieved B. You think it's because of them that you've not made it in life. That is being delusional. You have a strong belief like why you've not succeeded is because this person failed me. This person stole from me. This person exposed my weakness. No, that is being very delusional and not accepting yourself. Delusion is being entitled to something that is not yours, something that you don't have control about. You don't have control about life. We grew up wanting to be lawyers, engineers, police officers, celebrities, making it, thinking that life is going to be very easy. But reality of life is different. You you walk through humps and slopes of life, okay? There are times when the road is very smooth, then there are times when the road is very rough. So how you adapt it will put you in a position to achieve something great in life. So delusion is something that we think that we are not succeeding because someone is like you, it's a mental illness because for example we are now in the era of social media, TikTok, everyone can share their opinion and you come out here and share your opinion based on your failure that some ABCD is the one who made me fail. You know, so and so did this for me. So and so did this for me. That's why I've not made it. That is very being delusional, and it's a mental issue or it's a mental condition. Like you're depressed. You don't want to believe that life is a journey that puts you in a position where you have to adapt. If you can't adapt, then life will go. You'll not live life. So stop blaming people, stop being delusional and assess yourself, assess your mental well-being, see where are my shortcomings and how best can I be, and you'll be a better person. Stop blaming people for not being who you are. Stop blaming people for your failures. That is being delusional. You're fixing your reality on false assumptions. Yes, you can have a good childhood, but life can twist you. So you have to believe that life has its own ups and downs and stop being delusional and stop blaming people for your shortcomings. Work on it and be a better person in life. Thank you.